With such a promising conclusion to the 4-season series, many fans hoped that the Umbrella Academy's grand finale would tie everything in a neat little bow. Unfortunately, that's not how things turned out.
You are all assholes.
Welcome to The Rewind. This is why fans hated the final season of The Umbrella Academy. Before we begin, make sure to give this video a like and hit that subscribe button for good luck. A mess of confusion. In the final season of the show, based on the comics by Gerard Way and Gabriel Ba, the siblings pull out one last save, but none of them will be around to experience it because, as it turns out, they were the whole reason the world kept ending to begin with. The powers they all received at birth were essential for diverting disaster. But, as the short run of 6 episodes explains, the sci-fi magic that made them superhuman was never meant to exist. Meaning, they weren't ever meant to exist either. Meaning, erasing them from the universe was the only real solution to it all. It's messy and confusing, and giving any thought to how we got to this conclusion is not recommended. Things get even more confusing when multiple timelines are brought to the equation, which is where things start to get a little off-kilter. While the other siblings are off on their own side quests, 5 gains the ability to teleport to a subway station that connects to all the different timelines. There, he and fellow time traveler Lila start riding the train system in search of their original timeline to stop all the bad things happening in the present. Sure, this seems like a smart solve, at least until you start thinking too hard about its implications. If 5 and Lila pull off fixing the problems created before the events of Season 1, then nothing that followed would have happened either. Duh.
Hello? Don't hang up. Victor.
Ben, just listen. There's something happening to you.
Plot holes and inconsistencies. This season is pocked with plot holes that could easily suck the viewer in and destroy the world prematurely if lingered on too long. We never find out how the Keepers know anything or how Reginald is connected to these kids if he never adopted them in this timeline. Even a sense of place is impossible to establish with a collection of cities and towns that feels as incomprehensibly unmappable as the timelines 5 and Lila get lost in. It can feel sloppy, the lack of precision that generates this tangle of questions and contradictions. This is what often happens with time travel stories, either applying so much structure to the affair that it's simultaneously boring and headache-inducing, or abandoning any semblance of organization and relying on a vague driving force of vibes. Watching a show like this and not finding any solid ground to grab onto should be frustrating, but The Umbrella Academy, both the series and the comic, is not interested in that solid ground. It has always been a sea of chaos, a haphazard venture that is more style than substance. That's where it derives most of its charm. Its elastic reality of sci-fi and fantasy wants us to feel our way through the show, not think it.
And what?
Better not to think about it. During the final scenes of the series, the siblings see the end coming and say their goodbyes. But it's not maudlin. When Luther suggests they all go around and share their favorite memories, everybody rightly reacts with eye rolls and disgust. It feels true to the characters. After all, most of them didn't really like each other very much, but they all loved each other the most. From there, we get the final apocalypse, followed by a snapshot of the new world created after the siblings' destruction. It seems a little too perfect to actually exist, with Lila's family, Allison's daughter, and all the series' side players who have fallen along the way together in the park enjoying an idyllic summer day. It's a scene that makes absolutely no sense at all, except that it feels like it does. For lack of a better term, thinking about all the loose threads that led up to this conclusion would only make watching the show an unsatisfying chore. For a lot of fans, that's just how they prefer to enjoy such a layered series. We all want to know the answers, but those answers would have just been excess set dressing to the show that the Umbrella Academy never shied away from being, cluttering our view with stuff that never mattered and making us miss out on everything that did.
No more legs and eggs, eh?
Maybe we'll see each other again. That would be nice.
How did you feel about the Umbrella Academy's final season? Before you leave, don't forget to give this video a like and leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Check out these other videos from The Rewind, and don't forget to subscribe with that bell icon so you don't miss any of our future uploads.